Have you ever kind of wished your AI assistant was actually yours? I mean, not sending all your private chats to some server in the cloud, but just running right there on your own computer? Well, today we're diving into a script that shows us exactly how to build one. Just think about that for a second. No internet connection needed. No data getting sent off to some big tech company. It's just you and your own personal AI. And this isn't some far-off dream. It's exactly what running AI locally makes possible. And the blueprint for this whole thing? It comes from the source we're looking at today, a pretty straightforward Python script. It cleverly stitches together a few amazing open-source tools to create this seamless voice assistant. So let's break down its anatomy, piece by piece. Okay, so first things first. Any good assistant has to be a great listener, right? So the first part of our private AI is what I like to call its ears, the whole system that takes what you say and turns it into something the computer can actually understand. And this whole listening process, it really just happens in two simple stages. First, the computer just records the sound of your voice. Easy enough. Second, it takes that sound and converts it into actual words on a screen. And here's the first bit of code that makes it happen. This little function right here, record audio, it basically just tells the microphone, hey, listen up for 5 seconds and save whatever you hear into this audio file. In the script, that file gets called user_input.wav. All right, so now we have that audio file with our voice in it. What's next? Well, that's where this function, transcribe audio, steps in. Its whole job is to take that recording and feed it to a transcription engine. To turn our speech into plain old text. And the magic behind those ears is a technology called Whisper. It's this incredible open source model that is just fantastic at turning speech into text. Now, the script is smart. It uses the base model, which is really lightweight and super fast, perfect for running on your own machine. And that right there is the first big privacy win. Your words don't even need to touch the internet. Okay, so our assistant has heard us. It understands our words. Now for the most important part, the brain. This is where the AI takes our text, actually thinks about it, and figures out how to reply. And the heart of this whole thing is this function, get AI response. It takes the text that Whisper just created and sends it over to a large language model. This is where the actual conversation happens. The model generates a smart, relevant reply. So, what's actually powering this brain? The script uses a fantastic tool called Ollama. The best way to think about Ollama is like an engine that lets you run these super powerful models, like the Llama 3.2 model mentioned in the code, entirely on your own computer. This is what guarantees that the thinking part of your conversation stays completely private, no cloud required. And I love this part because it shows you just how you can give the AI its personality. This single line of code here, it's called the system prompt. It's basically the instruction manual we give the AI. In this case, it's told, be a helpful, concise assistant. But you could change that to anything you want. Make it a comedian, a poet, whatever. So, we've listened, we've thought, and now it's time to speak. The final piece of our AI's anatomy is its voice, the system that turns the AI's written response back into something we can actually hear. And, yep, you guessed it, there's a function for that. Speak English takes the text response that the AI's brain just generated and hands it off to a text-to-speech system so it can be spoken out loud. And that voice itself comes from a technology called Piper. It's a really fast, efficient text-to-speech engine that, and this is the crucial part, runs completely locally. So this completes the privacy loop. From your voice going in to the AI's voice coming out, the entire process is totally self-contained on your machine. So, we've seen the ears, the brain, and the voice. Let's put all these pieces together for a second and talk about why this whole local-first approach is, well, such a huge deal. See, the key takeaway here is this complete private loop. You speak, Whisper listens and turns it into text. Ollama thinks and generates a reply, and then Piper speaks that reply back to you. Every single step happens right there on your computer. It's a closed circuit. And that makes a world of difference. With local AI, you get total privacy. It works even if your internet is down. And you can customize pretty much everything. Compare that to the cloud AIs we're used to, where your data is always being sent to a server, you have to be online, and you're pretty much stuck with whatever the provider gives you. When you boil it all down, what this script is really showing us is a shift in power. It puts you, the user, in complete control of your AI, your conversations, and your data. It's not just another tool you use, it becomes your tool. And that really brings us to the big, exciting question. Now that we have a blueprint for giving AI a private, local voice on pretty much any computer, the possibilities are just wide open. So, what would you build? What kind of problems would you want to solve with it? The floor is all yours.